Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Physics is a good framework for thinking. Boil things down to their fundamental truths and reason up from there. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then, probability will occur. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. My biggest mistake is probably weighing too much on someone's talent and not someone's personality. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. You want to have a future where you're expecting things to be better, not one where you're expecting things to be worse. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. If something's important enough, you should try. Even if the probable outcome is failure. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. Now I am. I wouldn't say I have a lack of fear. In fact, I'd like my fear emotion to be less, because it's very distracting and fries my nervous system. Life is too short for long-term grudges. You shouldn't do things differently just because they're different. They need to be better. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. Don't delude yourself into thinking something's working when it's not, or you're gonna get fixated on a bad solution. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Don't be afraid of new arenas. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. As much as possible, avoid hiring MBAs. MBA programs don't teach people how to create companies. When you struggle with a problem, that's when you understand it. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. For me, it was never about money, but solving problems for the future of humanity. My mentality is that of a samurai. I would rather commit seppuku than fail. You have to say, well, why did it succeed where others did not? I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. The tough thing is figuring out what questions to ask, but once you do that, the rest is really easy.